Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. In this playlist, we have already developing the CI/CD pipeline for SQL Server. In my previous video, I have completed the CI pipeline, that is continuous integration pipeline. If you have not watched this, yeah, you should go and take a look on those things so that you will get to understand how the build.dacpack file is getting generated in continuous integration pipeline. So let me share my screen. What exactly we need to do in this video. We'll create the release pipeline over here. In previously we are already built the doc.dacpack file. I'll show it to you. In the draw folder, we will concentrate on building this release pipeline and deploying our .dacpack new doc.dacpack file in dev Azure Dev SQL Server. So let me share my second screen if possible. Yeah. So I have already created one project over here, SQL CI/CD sample. I'll go here uh, to the pipeline. This one is my build pipeline, and if I will go to the build succeed build pipeline, I'll go to artifact. I'll go to drop. If I will iterate and I will go inside the release, you can see the .dacpack file over here generated in the previous video. So uh, let us concentrate on release pipeline now. I'll go to release, new file. Uh, I just want to show you that in my SQL Server, I have connected to the Azure SQL database and I have created a CI/CD sample DB over here. You can see that there is no SQL, there is no schemas for the tables or there is nothing for the stored procedure over here. But in my previous video, I have created two stored procedure and one schema for the table, and I have deployed it in the CI pipeline. I have built it in the CI pipeline for sure. Now I'll go to the release. In release, I will create an empty job for the stage one. I will mark it as dev server. I think it will be fine. Dev SQL Azure SQL. I think it's look good. Now I will go to the job. In agent job, Uh, everything looks fine. VS 2017, Win 2016 would be preferable. No worries on that. I'll create one task over here. That one is for deploying the DACPAC file to Azure SQL. Azure database, I'll search and I'll just choose this one, Azure SQL database deployment. I'll choose one. Now, if I will go here, we have to fill all these things up. Now, for this development pipeline, we'll create the variables. What variable we need? We need a SQL server name, database name, login name, and password. Correct. Now, if I'll go over here in variables, I will add SQL server. I'll write the value from my DB. That one is my SQL server name. Let me just collect it. Okay, I can go to Azure portal and I will collect over there. This one is CI/CD sample database. I'll go to properties over here. Now this one is my SQL server name. I'll copy and I'll paste it in the variable. Now I'll add it for the login. Login is user admin. I'll go over here. SQL login. Paste it. Then SQL password. I'll mark it as secure and I will type it now so that it will not going to be exposed to any other persons. Now these three things got completed. What else we need to import? I'll just check in the task. SQL Server, database name. Okay, we need database name as well. I'll just copy this thing. I'll go here, task, variables, SQL DB name. Okay, fine. Now I'll just save it. It will automatically save. Now it will go here. I'll go to my task. Now I'll have to choose my Azure subscription. I'll choose free trial. It would be fine for me. I'll authorize it. Let's wait for authorization. Looks good. It's authorizing. Now, what this service Azure subscription does, it will create a Azure service connection so that Azure DevOps will able to fetch all those details from the Azure portal SQLs, Azure databases. It's not exactly database. We can actually collect all those details for Azure related resources. Now, service connection got created. Authentication type, SQL Server authentication. That fine. You can choose it here, like whether you will be going for the Active Directory or you can go for the connection string or service principal, anything. You can go over here. I'll just uh, I'll just collect everything from my variables one by one. This one is SQL Server, dollar SQL Server. Now this one will be my database. These all things are very similar. I am just putting these names as variables so that if suppose I'll create another environment later, I'll only choose my variables to change those things. That's it. Okay, I'll copy SQL login, go over here, SQL login, and I will go for the last one, that is SQL password. Going here. Okay, looks good. Everything looks good. Now I have to choose the DACPAC file in which location it is. It's inside the drop folder. I'll have to go. Okay, I have missed something. Let me check what I have missed. Okay, I have not taken the DACPAC file from the build. So this will create the connection over there. I'll create the source. I'll choose build pipe file, build pipeline. Now it it will collect those DACPAC from now. Now it should show us. I'll go over here. Yeah, now it's showing us that build pipeline name. Inside that we have a drop folder. We'll go to bin release. Then we will choose the DACPAC file. Now I will choose one. It looks fine. Publish profile would be fine. Here you have a lot of actions. You can extract, export, import, script, drift report, everything you can do it. But for this, I will choose publish because we are publishing the DACPAC file into our Azure SQL database. This looks fine. If you will go to this view YAML, it will show you the entire YAML file, and you can copy it. You can store it in the Azure repo for the for future uses. Once this thing gets done, I will just save it. Um, anything, I'll just save it and we will check for the release. If everything looks good, it will create a release. Now I'll go over here. I will create a release. Now release has been created. We will go here. Remember in SQL Server, we don't have anything over here. Let me check. We don't have any tables. We don't have any stored procedure in our CI/CD sample DB. But in local DB, we already have two stored procedure and one table. If I will show you, this Azure Function Sample database we are using right now. We have a feedback form. We have a sample procedure one. Remember, the .dacvec file will never going to copy all those data. It will only going to copy the schemas. Let me check the build. We can go for the logs. Now the agent is running. Azure SQL Duckback task is running. Initializing the deployment. Now deployment got started. We will wait till it completes. I hope this will complete soon so that video will not get long. Now some error occurred. A project which specifies SQL Server 2017 as target platform cannot be published to Microsoft SQL Database V12. Yeah, it's a very important error. I'll just show you why this error got created. If I will go to my, you have watched in my previous video that we have already created a SQL Server project over here. I was very fortunate that this error got created so that I will show it to you. It's a very vital error. Now, what it tells that SQL Server 2017 as the target platform cannot be published to the Microsoft Azure SQL database. If I will go over here to my Visual Studio, I'll just go to my SQL Server project, choose properties. Here it should point now it should be pointing towards the SQL Server 2017, but it should point to Azure SQL database. If I will show you, just let me click once more. Okay, now see, the target platform is SQL Server 2017. For that reason, Azure SQL Database would not able to understand the .dacvec file. We'll just change it. Before that, we will going to make a continuous integration. We will come over our last pipeline, create the pipeline. We will edit this pipeline and we will trigger this once we will change something in our master branch. I have to make the continuous integration part over here. That has not been made in the previous video. If I will go to triggers, enable continuous integration, my branch is I am including master branch. You can add the paths as well over here, like you can add the other things. It's not necessary now because we have only one single project. Now, once this thing gets complete, we will just save it and just go to our Visual Studio. We will collect Azure SQL database, Microsoft Azure SQL database. We'll choose it. We will save it. Once this thing gets saved, we can go over here. If I will choose this .sql project file, you can see which things got added. Now, these all things got added now. Now, the most important thing is this one. Now it is pointing to the SQL Azure version 12 database. Previously, it was pointing to the SQL database, SQL 2017 database. I'll just push these changes, change SQL Server to Azure SQL. I will commit it. Once this thing merged to my master branch, I will just check that whether our continuous integration got triggered or not. That would be a good example. Now I will go to pipeline. See, now just now it got triggered. It's in the queue. If I will go over here, it's triggered. I'll go and we will check. It's queued. I'll go over here. The initialize job has been started. Now it should create another .dacvec file which should override the previous .dacvec file in our draw folder. Now let's just wait for the build to be completed. If you want to check unit testing, you can add those tools as well. You can do the vulnerability testings as well in your pipeline. You have to add it. That's it. Now the artifacts got published. We will go to artifact and cross check drop bin release. Now .artifact file got completed. Now I'll go to release. In release, uh, we have already created one release. I'll go over here. We will check whether we can redeploy it or not. We are redeploying, redeploy. It's in progress. We can go to log and we will see if something does not go wrong, it will definitely going to deploy our latest changes in the Azure SQL Server. The agent job has been started. Azure SQL DACPAC task is starting. Artifact got downloaded before. Now we will just wait. Before that, I will set up my SQL Server so that you would be able to understand. I will just refresh it. Now I'll go to my now the override is not working. I'll go over my pipeline and I will check whether the override is working or not. This is also a good example so that you will understand how the pipeline is working. Publish artifact, artifacts drop location. Now this thing I have to tick mark what exactly it is showing, replacing the existing file in the target folder. That's it. Override got completed. I will save it and I will queue it. Now I will go over here into my pipeline. My CI pipeline got triggered. We will just wait for the new .dacpack file generation. Build started. I hope that this time this should not give us any kind of error. It should resolve by its own. Sometimes it's better that we should have some error in our life. This is the actual thing happens in the practical time when you will be doing something and you will be showing it in live. So these things gonna happen. So you have to be very careful for it. So it's not your mistake, but it will happen. So the DACFAC file got generated. I'll go to release. Then I will again create a release and let's see if this thing will work. Release. Now this has been queued. Now job got initialized. We will wait for the deployment. Artifact got downloaded 2 seconds before. Now it's reading the artifact. Initializing the deployment got started. Hopefully this will not give us error. We will just wait and see. I'll just refresh it so that we can see some progress. Now it's taking a little bit time, so hopefully this will not give us error because it's reading the .dacfag file. Why this is exactly taking time? Because it will actually read the .dacfag file and it will see whether there will be any changes has to be made in our Azure SQL database or not. If there will be some changes, it will only going to change those things. All other things will remain same. The main part of a database is its persistency. The data should not get corrupted, and we are only changing the schema and it should not affect the data. So it's the most important thing. So it will take some time to do it. Microsoft has already provided this uh, benefit. We are just leveraging it. That's it. Can we go and see now if some table has really been generated or not in CI/CD DB? I hope this has not been created till now because it will be transactional thing. No, it did not get created till now. We will wait for some time. I will pause the video. Once this thing gets done, we will continue. Welcome back, guys. Now you can see that it got completed. If I will go to the log file, you will get to know that this thing got completed. Yeah, no, this one is my finalist job. Job got completed. We will go to the pipeline, sorry, the database. We will refresh it. It's refreshing, and we should see the tables as well as stored procedure. But remember, we have no data in our tables in the Azure SQL database, so it should not create the data. It should only create the schema. If I will select something over here, see this DBO feedback form got created. Now if I will go to the stored procedure, okay, we will see whether we have some data over here or not. It should not have any data. We will just cross check. Yes, it doesn't have any data over here. So in this way, we will be developing the CI as well as CD for the SQL Server. Let me just share the architecture. So what we did in our previous video, we have deployed it to the Git repo. Then we collected the build file and generated a .dacpack file. Once those things gets completed in today's video, we created a release pipeline and we just deployed it to the dev server. Thanks for supporting us.